You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Trump calls IRS settlement reparations, based on an article by Sarah K. Burris. Trump's grievance machine is just patronage with better branding. Patronage in plain sight. Donald Trump used the Oval Office to push his so-called anti-weaponization fund after his Attorney General nominee cut an agreement with Senate Republicans that would nullify his contract with the IRS. The selling point is obvious. Convert a personal dispute with the tax agency into a pool of money for Trump-aligned beneficiaries, including people who attacked the Capitol on Jan. 6 and were pardoned by Trump on his first day back in office. That is not reform. It is not accountability. It is a loyalty racket with a patriotic label glued on top, where the power actually sits. The institutions matter here, and so does the hierarchy. Trump is not a victim drifting outside power. He is the president, speaking from the Oval Office, with Senate Republicans doing the legislative maintenance required to make the arrangement work. Todd Blanche is not some detached legal technician either. He is the one who signed off on the deal. The IRS is the target and the excuse, not the driving force. The story only makes sense if you ignore who has leverage and who does not. The agency was the subject of a leak involving more than 400,000 people and businesses, which is real wrongdoing. But Trump's response is not a clean legal claim. It is a political move to turn a grievance into cash and coverage. The lawsuit was the tell. The judge already said Trump's IRS suit was filed for an improper purpose. That matters because it punctures the fantasy that this was a straightforward damages case. Trump and his family, along with the Trump Organization, sought roughly $10 billion. That scale alone tells you the suit was never just about privacy or remediation. He did not file as a wronged citizen seeking narrow relief. He filed like a man testing how far he could drag the state into servicing his own brand of revenge. Confusion as cover. Trump told reporters he had no input on the agreement, then immediately endorsed the fund and admitted he did not know what Blanche had signed off on. That contradiction is the point. When powerful people alternate between ignorance and enthusiasm, the confusion is not accidental. It is a shield. It lets them benefit from a scheme while pretending not to own the details. He also recast the dispute as if the government had singled him out for punishment after he ran for office. That is the old authoritarian script. Center the leader's hurt feelings, erase the actual public harm, and call the resulting self-dealing correction. The pattern. This is what institutional decay looks like when it learns to speak in grievance. A president claims persecution, allies launder the claim through official channels, and the end product is a fund that can reward loyalists while pretending to punish the system. The IRS leak becomes a prop. The Jan. 6 pardons become a credential. The legal process becomes a distribution mechanism for factional power. The larger lesson is not that Trump is uniquely shameless, though he is. It is that the Republican apparatus keeps proving it will convert public authority into private protection as long as the beneficiary is Trump or Trump's movement. That is the operation. Grievance at the top, impunity in the middle, and the rest of the country expected to treat the whole thing as a normal policy dispute. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Alternet for today's article. With the automated voice of Clara, thanks for listening.